Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Racers Elite Network for round number 4 of the Racers Elite Wednesday Night Xfinity Series right here on iRacing. Tonight, we roll into the Grand Night State for the Grand Night State Showdown 120 here at the always tricky New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I am Mike Tiller up here in the booth, and things are getting spicy early in this championship standings. Sean Donaway comes into the night with on top with 131 points, and not too far back is Stephen Littrell with 121 points from 8K Motorsports. Aaron Marquis, Cliff Adams, Lee Campbell, all back as well. Not too far back, but they are looking to make a change here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway as we go ahead and get ready for this wonderful race here. Tonight, these drivers will be taking to this speedway for 120 laps. So definitely a lot of really good racing bound to happen here at this 1 mile circuit right here in beautiful Loudon, New Hampshire. And we are getting ready to kick things over into high gear for the Racers Elite Series. And we are getting ready to switch over now. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the starting lineup for the Grand Night State Showdown 120 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. On the front row is going to be Brandon Honeycutt with Sean Dunaway in that number 01 machine for Chicken Coop Racing. Stephen Littrell, Truth Hoke will make up row number 2. Row number 3, you got Brandon Macy and Cody Benelli. Row number 4, you got Curtis Ecker, Aaron Marquise in the numbers 8 and 41. Row number 5, Robert Richardson. Andrew Teft will be on the outside there in row number 5. Row 6, you got Joshua Neal and Troy Thomas in the 88 machine. They will make up row number 6. Row number 7, you got Patrick Millett and Dennis Kane up in that number 4 spot. Or, I'm sorry, the 4 car in the 14th spot. Row 8, you got Matthew Cornell and David Davis in that 777 machine. Row 9, you have Cliff Adams, Brandon Biddy. Row number 10, you got Kyle Hess and Lee Campbell. Row number 11, Kirby Wainscott and Ira Kohlhaas in that number 29 machine, starting 21st, 22nd. Brandon Wilcox in the number 26 will be 23rd. 24th, it's going to be Barry Nelson. Justin Neal and Jonathan Stidham, they will take care of row 13. Row 14, you've got Timothy Eisburn and David Kimmins. And then rounding out your field of 29 here at New Hampshire, it's going to be Jesse Fox, as the cars are going to go ahead and pull away as we get ready for this showdown here at the Grand Night State. As we come back and we take a look at Truth Hoken at number 55, he's going to be starting in that 4th spot. We're looking forward to a lot of running out of him. Curtis Ecker in that number 8 machine starting in the 7th spot. He's got a lot of things to show here tonight at New Hampshire. But ladies and gentlemen, right now, we're getting ready to go racing as the drivers get ready to come out of turn number 4. Brandon Honeycutt, Sean Dunaway are going to bring the field down here to the green, and we are green flag racing here at New Hampshire. As Brandon Honeycutt, he gets a pretty decent jump there on that number 01 machine of Sean Dunaway as they dive here into turn number 1. But here comes that 36 machine of Stephen Luttrell, going to fight for that second spot as a couple cars bounce off the wall out of turn number 2. Something these drivers are going to have to watch on the exit of turn 2 is how slippery it is, as we have seen quite a few drivers already, get loose in practice and qualifying. As you see the field coming down the front straightaway for the second time. Right now, Sean Dunaway has taken over that second spot, and we have a caution. A couple cars back in the back. Curtis Eckert goes way off. Kirby Wainscott, he's involved. Brandon Biddy, Jonathan Stidham, he was involved. Patrick Millett facing the wrong way here on the back straightaway. So we actually had a couple different things happen here when this caution came out. But first, let's go back and see what happened to Dennis Kane in that number 4 Ford Mustang machine, as he got a little help there from that number 31 of Matthew Cornell, and just absolutely nowhere to go for the 28 machine and a couple others as well. Let's see what we can do about getting a better bird eye view of this. Yeah, the 31 just slid up the track a little bit there, and that caused the Ford to get into a couple drivers there. No harm, no foul for a couple of them. But then we have a little bit of issues a little bit further up here between Brandon Biddy as well. So the 80 machine right there, he gets a little get of contact, and he comes up and he gets into Patrick Millett in that number 18 machine. But Patrick Millett, just an innocent bystander there. Unfortunately, not very much for him to go. Definitely very unfortunate for those couple drivers up there near the front. So definitely these guys are going to have a little bit of turning around that they're going to need to do to work their way back up towards the front. But luckily we are still early on in this race, and there's still plenty of racing action left. So let's just give them a little bit of time. They'll be back up towards the front. As we take a look here at the number 36 of Stephen Luttrell, he's going beyond the inside of that second row this time by. So definitely don't give him up any. Don't mark him off of your boards just yet, as he seems very strong so far in that number 36 machine. As Fred, our pace truck driver, he's going to pull that iRacing.com truck off of the racetrack and back into the Echo Park restart zone. And we are green flag racing here once again at New Hampshire, side by side for that second spot. Stephen Luttrell, Sean Dunaway, they will go ahead and go side by side for that second spot. Brandon Honeycutt, he got a wonderful jump there at the start, but it's going to be Dunaway for that second spot. Let's come back here a little bit further back in the pack as we take a look at the number 41 of Aaron Marquise. He's trying to work that outside of the 8 machine of Curtis Ecker not able to make it happen. Truth Hope right there in front of them. He went really wide out of turn number 4, bounced off the wall just a little bit. As they will dive down here into turn number 1 as they continue to run side by side. That 41 is now trying to get passed here by Robert Richardson, as we have had a pass for second place. But here we have huge contact back here in the back. I heard it, and the caution's going to come out here once again. Let's come back here and find out who it was. It looks like it's going to be Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine. He's going to be the reason for this one. As you see, very hard contact there for him. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened to him in that number 28 Texaco machine. Just got loose. Hard impact. Hard impact there for that number 28 machine of Barry Nelson. Definitely very unfortunate there for him, as we will come back live. Hopefully he's still got a fast repair left on that machine, but that's definitely a very unfortunate situation there for that driver. Oh, something happened here with Timothy Eisburn on the back stretch. Let's come back here and take a look, as it looks like the field was just starting to check up. His screen must have froze or something, because that's not normal. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. But let's go ahead and come back around, as we got 2 laps before we go back green flag racing. Take a look here at Sean Dunaway, that number 01 Hello Kitty Chevrolet for Chicken Coop Racing. Doing a phenomenal job so far in the Hello Kitty's machine. He jumped in the Hello Kitty paint scheme, you know, just for giggles, but started having really good luck with it, so he stayed in that 01 machine with that good look of that Hello Kitty on it. So really good, interesting, you know, interesting way for Sean Dunaway to run that Hello Kitty paint scheme. But it's definitely working for him. He's definitely going to have to hold on to it for a little bit longer now. Just want to also jump back here to Brendan Wilcox in that number 26 Valvoline Chevrolet. So far, he's moved up just about 10 spots since we went back green flag racing. Or since we went green flag racing. And that number 52 of David Kimmons, he's up 13 spots since we've gone green flag racing here today. So these guys doing a wonderful job as we get ready to go back green flag racing here once again at New Hampshire into the Echo Park restart zone. And the green flag is back out once again. Brandon Honeycutt out with an incredible jump, as the field will dive down here into turn number 1 and 2. Truth Hook now fighting on that outside of Dunaway. Dunaway's not able to make anything happen on that inside lane. So as they come flying down the back straightaway, it's still Truth Hook. He will completely clear him as they dive here into turn number 3. Dunaway still trying to work that inside of Truth Hope for that 3rd spot. Not able to get any sort of run on him just yet. So he's going to go ahead and possibly start going single file on him here. But here comes that number 19 of Cody Benelli. He's starting to make some movements here in that number 19 machine. Trying to get himself up here into the top 4, as he will almost clear Sean Dunaway down the back straightaway, but not able to make anything happen. But here comes Curtis Ecker on Brandon Macy into that number 9 machine. So Curtis Ecker, he's starting to move up here as this race goes on here. as these drivers finally get these tires up to full temperature. As one car, it looks like Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine, he got up into the outside wall there in turns 1 and 2, and again out of turn 2. Definitely very unfortunate there for Wainscott. He wants to try to keep that number 10 machine off the wall as much as he can, as we have wonderful racing all around this racetrack. Not even sure who to watch. And right now, True Hope, he overtook Brandon Honeycutt for that second spot. And now he's got his sights set on that race leader of Stephen Luttrell in that number 36 Toyota Camry. So the top three finally is starting to space out a little bit here. Brandon Messi, he's got a lot of work on him now with Sean Dunaway in that Hello Kitty machine, working the inside and back out onto the front straightaway. Dunaway still trying to work on the inside of Macy, but not able to make anything happen with that position just yet. But since we've gone green flag racing, Dunaway has started to slip back a little bit. Hopefully he's trying to manage some of his tires here so that later on here in the run he can have a better comeback, as he fell all the way back to that 6th spot after starting second here today. Still side by side for that 7th or 6th spot. Oh, we got trouble in the back. Kirby Wainscott's around. The number 28 machine, he's around. Is that, no, I'm sorry, that's the 20. That was the 26 of Brandon Wilcox involved in this one. Oh man, definitely very unfortunate here for Brandon Wilcox. As we take a look from our drone to see the damage on the front end of his machine. Let's go back here, ladies and gentlemen, take a look and see what happened. Looks like it possibly started with Wainscott. Oh no, it started off with that number 26 machine of Brandon Wilcox. So let's go ahead and come back here and take a better look here and see what happened to that number 26 machine. As he dove down here, the 52 missed his braking marker and absolutely just creamed the 26 heading into turn number 1. Let's go back here just a little bit. Let's make sure that nothing was like... Nah, it looks like really good racing all around. So luckily, yeah, so I mean, nothing. They were just really battling really hard the last couple laps there. So, you know, definitely very unfortunate there for that number 26 machine. As we do have some pit stops happening right now. All right, we should be going ahead and getting the lights turned off on the iRacing Pace Truck this time by, and we should start to double up this field here. Don't like that view. As we ride on here with our drone as these drivers get ready to come out of a turn number 4 to go back green flag racing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go into the restart zone, and we are green flag racing once again here at New Hampshire. Watch this battle here start going up here for that second spot. Brandon Honeycutt, Cody Benelli. Right now, Honeycutt, he will take over that second spot. Benelli right behind him, as these drivers will dive down into turn number 3 and 4. As you guys see here, the entire field pretty much get themselves sorted out single file. Kirby Wainscott in that number 10, he has issues back here in the back, but this will not bring out a caution. Let's come back here and take a look and see what happened to Kirby on the exit of turn number 4. He was just trying to get going, just not able to do it, and he just locked up the brakes a little bit, but no harm, no foul there for that driver. As we jump back up here to our race leaders right now, Stephen Luttrell out in front of Brandon. As we have a huge contact back here, the 30 of Brandon Biddy, he goes around. Definitely a very unfortunate there for Brandon Biddy in that number 30 machine. Yeah, Brandon Biddy, you know, sponsored by Jessica M. Cooper Photography. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened to Brandon Biddy. You can see him out there on that high side, and here comes that 0-1. Oh, they just happened to try to go 4 wide, and that just got him completely sideways. I don't think iRacing should have threw a caution for that one, but iRacing possibly thought that could have been a lot worse. But let's go back, take a look at that one more time, ladies and gentlemen, and let's slow it down as they get ready to dive here into turn number 1. You see that number 0-1 of Dunaway all the way on the inside. Brandon Biddy, he's up here in the high side, that number 31 machine of Matthew Cornell. And then here comes Curtis Eckert trying to get to the outside here. So they were just about 3 wide, and just unfortunately, Biddy got the short end of that stick. I think, I think that was just a pure racing incident there. But definitely very unfortunate there for that driver of that number 30 machine. Let's take a look at a couple of our paint schemes here as we are under caution. Whoops. So we do have a couple drivers that are now out here on track at the moment. As we get ready to double up these guys, and we're going to get ready to do it again here. It's going to be that number 36 machine of Stephen Luttrell on the inside, Brandon Honeycutt on the outside. Pace truck is in, and we're coming back to the Echo Start or Echo Park restart zone, and we are green flag racing once again here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As you see, Luttrell, he gets a pretty decent jump here, and Benelli not able to make much use of this restart just yet. But right behind them, you have that number 9 machine of Brandon Macy trying to hold off Robert Richardson and Cliff Adams, and Truth Hoken, that number 55. Here comes that 49 to the outside. Had it let up not to hit the number 9, but here comes Adams now in that number 80 machine, rocking on the inside. He's looking to overtake for that number 4 spot as they dive here down into turn number 1. Adams has the spot where he wants to be, but Macy doesn't want anything to do with that, as he's still trying to rocket around the outside. He wants to stay up there in that 4th spot, but right now Adams just has that better launch out of the corners, and Macy will lose it to Adams. But I don't think Macy's going to give up just yet, as he's looking for a better run out of turn number 4, not able to make it. As we jump back a little bit here to Sean Dunaway trying to get around that number 79 of Justin Neal. But here comes that number 98 of 98 of Andrew Teft, and that Racers Elite Ford Mustang as they exit turn number 2, as they run side by side. And now Robert Richardson, he's looking to get on the inside of Truth, not able to make it happen just yet, as these drivers are still rocketing out of turn number 4 now, still side by side back here, just about that 8th spot, as they are going to go 3 wide behind them. And that's going to be the 41, the 88, and 31 of Matthew Cornell. As Cornell gets turned, the 52 is around. They're going to keep it straight, but caution's going to come out as Matthew Cornell holds down the brakes. Let's come back here and take a look and see what happened to Matthew Cornell, as they got themselves into a 3-wide situation here. Yeah, looks like the 31 had to let up off the gas a little bit there to avoid getting into the 88 as he slid up the track. And then that opened up the door for that number 52 machine of David Kimmons to get onto the inside. And Kimmons kind of just slips up the track just enough to get into the corner panel there of that number 31 machine of Matthew Cornell. And unfortunately, one driver just could not avoid the mayhem there. But they will drive away, and no harm, no foul to a lot of these drivers. Everything does look pretty decent here, so these drivers can't complain too much, as we do have a couple drivers here on pit road. The 13 of Brandon Honeycutt, Stephen Luttrell, he's down on pit road. Brandon Macy, who, as we came to the shot, it looked like he overshot his pit stop, or his pit stall there in that number 9 machine, so he will lose 1 spot there on pit road. But the rest of these drivers, they're going to go ahead and come on out. Justin Neal, Kirby Wayne Scott, Joshua Neal, David Kimmons, Matthew Cornell, Jonathan Stidham. All those drivers are going to go ahead and head on out. And it looks like currently we do have 3 drivers out of the event. See there, Cole Haas, Barry Nelson, that number 28 machine, big hit for him. Jesse Fox in the number 69 machine never made it to the starting grid. We are circling around now to complete lap number 32. And we're getting ready to go back green flag racing right here at New Hampshire. Pace truck is off here once again. It is in the hands of Cliff Adams, Truth Hoke. And we are green flag racing here once again at New Hampshire. Adams out to an incredible jump there as the drivers are starting to dive down here into turn number 1. 4 wide action there as you see that number 36 machine just rocket around the outside. What an incredible move there by Stephen Luttrell on those fresh tires. Let's go back and take a look at that restart. As you see him getting ready to come out of turn number 4 here for the start. Just keep an eye on that orange car in line behind that Hershey machine. As they dive down here into turn number 1, he takes it 4 wide, and he will pass at least 4 or 5 drivers right there in turn number 1. What incredible start there for Stephen Luttrell, trying to make his way back up towards the front as he continues to pass these drivers. Lee Campbell next on the victim list here, and now he's got the 13 of Brandon Honeycutt and Brandon Wilcox in front of him that he now has to try to get around, but Lee Campbell still holding strong on that outside in that number 60 Goodyear Ford Mustang as they are looking to go 3 wide on Brandon Wilcox, but they will go ahead and just double it down here on the front straightaway. So Stephen Luttrell up in this 36 trying to make his way back into the top 10. Let's jump up here towards the race lead just a little bit. Let's catch up with what's going on up here. Sean Dunaway in that number 01 machine. He's looking to get on the inside of Truth Hoke in that number 55 AC Delco Chevrolet. He's not able to. Yeah, he is now running alongside him as he will drive down the front straightaway on his inside into turn number 1. Dunaway, he will clear Truth Hoke as Hoke goes way wide there in turn 1 and 2, and that's going to open up the door for none other than Andrew Teft in that number 98 machine. Andrew Teft really proving that he belongs up front as he's continuing to knock out a lot of these cars as he drives up here into our 3rd spot. Let's jump back just a little bit more as these guys are now running single file up front. That 777 machine, he's under attack by Aaron Marquise in that number 41 machine as they will run side by side out of turn number 2. And behind him, he has Curtis Ecker and Stephen Luttrell running side by side as well. Right now, David Davis in that 777 machine holding off that 41 of Aaron Marquise as they will exit turn number 4. Now Marquise, he will get in front of him, and now to attack David Davis is going to be Brandon Honeycutt in that number 13 machine as he looks to his inside now. David Davis went way wide there, and that did allow Honeycutt to get onto his inside, and he will probably clear him here heading down into turn number 3 as that will open up the door for the 2 running behind them of Stephen Luttrell and Curtis Ecker, but they got to get themselves sorted out as you see Truth Hoke losing a couple more spots there to Robert Richardson, and now Aaron Marquise trying to get around him as well. Truth Hoke in that number 55 machine, he's really starting to struggle with that AC Delco Chevrolet. He's going to have to really get something moving for him if he wants to continue to move towards the front again. But they are looking to go 3 wide. Truth Hoke, Stephen Luttrell, that 777, as they come out of turn. I knew that was not going to work. The 36 of Stephen Luttrell, he's around here on the front straightaway. Stephen Luttrell pulling that number 36 machine away from the start-finish line. As they went 3 wide out of the corner, I knew because of how tight that inside car was getting, I knew that that was not going to end well. Let's go back here and take a look. As we take a look here, just on the coming out of the corner, David Davis in that 777 machine, he just got really tight and he started washing up the track right there. I don't think he was aware that they were 3 wide with Truth Hoke, and that's just going to quickly send the 36 around. He is going to get some rear damage there on that machine, but really good heads-up driving for everybody else as he will wait for the field to go by. So definitely very unfortunate there for that number 36 of Stephen Luttrell after having a very strong run. And now we're going to go ahead and come down, see which drivers are going to come down pit road and get some tires. It looks like your race leader, Cliff Adams, is going to come down, so that's going to leave the door open to Sean Dunaway. But Cliff Adams, Robert Richardson, Truth Hope, David Davis is coming down, Patrick Millett coming down, Lee Campbell, Kirby Wayne Scott, Jonathan Stidham, Dennis Kane, and Stephen Luttrell all coming down to get fresh tires. As you see Troy Thomas, he's coming down to get tires now. I believe he was your lucky dog. I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, Troy Thomas and that number 88 Mountain Dew machine.
Shut up, bitch!
I apologize about that.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's welcome the one, the only, the incredible King of Chaos, Dakota LaRue. Dakota, welcome in. Welcome here to New Hampshire. We are just finishing up our 6th caution of the day, and we got some really good racing going on.
Sir, I've kind of been watching a little bit of the broadcast so far, and I mean, it's looked like some good racing with a small amount of incidents here and there, but that is to come short track racing.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you're actually in the session just yet, but I shared my screen over to you just in case.
I'm loading in right now, buddy.
All right, well, we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. Sean Dunaway, Andrew Teft will be on the front row here. Pace truck is in, coming back to the Echo Park restart zone, and we are green flag racing once again here at New Hampshire. Sean Dunaway gets an incredible run into turn number 1, but here comes Aaron Marquise now on the inside of Andrew Teft for that second spot, not able to make it happen. But now that 13 of Brandon Honeycutt, he's looking to try to make it 3 wide out of turn number 2, but they will go ahead and double it back down. Andrew Teft will overtake for that second spot, but that number 41, Aaron Marquise, falling back just a little bit, not able to get on the inside of Brandon Honeycutt here for that 3rd spot. But here comes Cody Benelli making that outside lane work. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, he's the only one who's really been able to make that outside lane work and actually make passes. But as you see, Curtis Ecker now trying to make that same run on the outside in that number 8 machine as well.
Yeah, and I just want to take a moment, even though you probably already done it, and go ahead and say we appreciate the Luttrell fan club for showing up. We got a Let's Go Kyle Hiss in the chat, and we appreciate everyone for watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I've kind of had my eyes glued to the race. I have not been able to check chat just yet. But yes, thank you for doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube, here on the Racers Elite Network powered by iRacing. We definitely really appreciate everything and all the support you guys give us every single night that we are out here broadcasting. If it is myself and Dakota up here in the booth, or Macy and Ron, those guys, we have a really good group here, and I know Ron was supposed to be up here in the booth, but he got sick a couple days ago, and we told him just shut up and rest. So I hope you are watching, Ron. Rest up, buddy. Hope you do feel better. As we are going to continue to take a look here at this racing out front. Sean Dunaway currently out front by just about a half a second. The field's pretty much got themselves single file at the moment as we take a look here at the 80 and 82 trying to get run side by side. That 80 of Cliff Adams trying to work his way back up towards the front of the field after coming down to take 4 fresh tires on his machine. He's been really quick all day, so don't blink, because I think next time you blink, he may be up trying to contend for the race lead. A lot of wiggles out of their turn number 4 there by a lot of those drivers right behind him. So turn 4 is starting to show that, you know, turn 2 is not the only place to get loose here at New Hampshire.
Yeah, as I'm watching this battle for about 5th place between Aaron and I believe Curtis Ecker, and it's going pretty. Wait, is that Aaron and Cody Benelli? My bad. And now it's going to be Aaron and Curtis Ecker. Ecker's going to be able to get around Aaron on the outside. Looks like Aaron is kind of fading a little bit. Oh, almost got into the back of the gate there. A good job of being able to catch that there, and good job by the 24 or 26 to be able to notice and check up in time to get on his outside. As you see the 26 getting into the wall on the backstretch this time.
Yeah, that was a big break into turn number 2 there for that number 41, Aaron Marquis, as he was beyond the point of return, but he was able to keep it steady as Justin Neal just squeezes himself in between Marquis and Wilcox. Here comes that number 80 of Cliff Adams now working on the inside of Wilcox once again. He's trying to get around that Valvoline machine. And it looks like he's going to do it here into turn number 3. With these fresh tires, I hope, you know, Cliff Adams doesn't use up a lot of his tires just try to get through the field, because we still got a long way to go as David Kimmins and that number 52 machine is around in turn 4, and they'll bring out our 7th caution of the day.
Let's go on board and see what happened here. So,
as we are riding on board, it sounds like he just got a little bit of help.
nah, it kind of looked like he got loose coming off of 4.
Yeah, so you look here, he's running side by side here with David Davis. And then that 4 machine just rockets into turn. Yeah, he got a lot of help there.
Yeah, he did get a little bit of help there. As that was also a little bit of net code at the same time, but I believe the 4 was going to hit him regardless. And that's just going to sit him around. Everyone else doing a really good job to dodge him, and he's going to go down there on the apron and ease his way back up on the track. Luckily, no damage received from that.
Yeah, I just want to give Dennis Kane a little bit of trouble here. Dennis, what were you thinking, dude? No, I'm kidding.
It's what was I thinking?
Nah, Dennis Kane, a really cool dude. He's got a really cool event coming up next up in January that we're going to be doing right here on the Racers Elite Network. So we're really excited to share that information with you at a hopefully here. I think he said we're aiming for the beginning of December for an announcement. So I'm really excited for that. I know that I will be at the reins of that, trying to make the production itself look good. And I'm going to have Dakota, you're going to be up, hopefully up there with me running a cam for me. You know, for that.
Yeah, and I've been practicing for the event itself also, just so I can get a little bit of knowledge. And might I add that, not to spoil anything, but this is going to be a really tough event for a lot of drivers.
Definitely, and this race is going to be a race like no other. I'm just going to say that. So,
and, you know, to get back to our racing action, that 13 opted to stay out, but he was really close to passing the commitment line. I don't know if you saw it or not, but he waited till the absolute last minute to decide to stay out to take over our race lead here.
Yeah, Brendan Honeycutt, he came down lap 30, and Cliff Adams, he came down lap 42. So a little bit of a different strategy here, you know. a lot of these guys just came down on lap 54 of this event. You know, we still got 65 laps to go. So we've got people out here on almost 20 lap tires compared to, you know, the likes of Sean Dunaway, Andrew Teft, and them. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this will all shake down near the end of this race. I did get a message from Andrew Teft earlier, and he said, and I quote, the fuel window is going to be just about 52 laps. So
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so in just about 13 laps or so, you know, we are going to see our fuel window open. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Pace truck pulls off this time. 13 is going to be leading us back to green. Oh, what a wonderful start by him, as he did have a little bit of help from True Thug on that inside line. And he's going to be able to clear for first place going into turn 1 or 2. We're going to have a battle between the 55 and the 80 this time. And they are door to door almost in the center of the corners. They're going to have come off the corner. The 80 is going to have the better drive off, but not going to be able to clear the 55 as they're going into 3 and 4 this time.
Yep, still side by side for that second spot. Hoke, Adams, way wide as Adams, he will do the crossover on Hoke, and he will overtake for that third spot. I'm sorry, that second spot. And Patrick Millett, he's going to come along with him as well. And now he's got Robert Richardson working on the inside.
Yeah, he made a slight little mistake there and lost almost 3 spots just because of that slight little mistake. And that is
big trouble. Big trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars involved. What in the world just happened? Curtis Ecker involved. Matthew Cornell involved. Jonathan Stidham involved. Kyle Hess, I believe he might have been involved as well.
Yeah, it looked like a good 8 cars involved in that incident there.
Let's go ahead and jump back here. Take a look and see what happened on the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, I believe I started with the 52 car there of David Kimmons.
Yep, he got sideways, came down into the 8 machine, and both of those cars came back right in front of everybody. And then all mayhem just broke loose. The 52 had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that would be my bad. That would be the 31 of Matthew that caused that. I apologize.
The 26, the 9 involved. The 31, yeah, just... But that was some really good heads-up driving for a lot of drivers, though.
Yeah, I'm very surprised we didn't see more damage than we did, as, you know, that was a pretty big one, as we did have someone get into the inside wall pretty heavily there.
Oh, man, that
so
was...
now...
Brandon Biddy in that 30 machine. I want to go back and ride on board with him.
Oh, while you're getting that set up, quick question. With it being 60 to go, do you go ahead and come in and take tires and fuel and just opt to stay out, knowing that there's probably going to be more cautions and you have a chance to save fuel for track position later?
So close. To answer your question, I don't think so. I think it's still a little bit too early. You know, I think I want to look maybe... If I can get to at least like 40 to go, I think I'll be okay. But then again, depends on how many tires I got left.
Well, that is a good point. You know, from a racing point of view, I'd probably wait a little later, but from the broadcast point of view, I've seen some people do some very crazy things, even to the point of completely cutting their car off, running a full lap, and cutting it back on to come back to win the race. This is when everyone else is out of fuel. So... you never know what these drivers have up their sleeve.
Man, I went back and I watched that, Dakota. I have no clue how he did that.
Me neither, but the man is an absolute genius.
All right, so we are getting ready to go back green flag. The lights got turned back on last lap, but everything looks good now. And it looks like we're going to go back green flag racing. Brandon Honeycutt, Cliff Adams out front. And Millet and Hope, they will bring them back to the green flag. And away we go. What an incredible,
wonderful start.
Yeah, once again, another good start by Brandon Honeycutt. You know, that kind of restart does not surprise me out of Brandon Honeycutt whatsoever, as we got a good battle back here for that third spot. That number 80 of Adams trying to hold on, and he will be able to clear Robert Richardson out the exit of turn number 2 as everybody else starts to go wide here in turn 3.
Oh, I thought I about seen a wreck coming, and good heads up driving by these drivers.
Oh, about 3 cars right there just bounced off the wall. And Sean Dunaway, he's falling back a little bit here, but that's because he's getting held up right now by Andrew Teft, who seems like he's having a little bit of an issue trying to get going. But he's finally caught a gear, and now Sean Dunaway can focus on starting to drive around some of these other drivers as well.
Yeah, and Andrew Teft is going to be sending them 3 wide as they're coming out of 4 this time, and able to get by the 28 or the 82 as the 82 is going to back out of it.
Yeah, Truth Hoke is running a very odd line here. It seems like it's every single lap. He's just hanging out around that outside lane for some reason. And, you know, oddly enough, he's staying right up there in the top 10 all race long doing it. So he must have something up there that other people don't, because that is a line I never see people run.
Well, I will say one thing about this track. You can run every line here. They might not be just as quick, but there is, you know, different keys to saving tires and stuff. And he just might have an answer on that outside line.
Yeah, as we move up to right in front of these guys, Patrick Millet's trying to take over that third spot from Robert Richardson as they will drag race down the back straightaway. Millet, he will take it over, and now we have Brandon Honeycutt trying to Cliff Adams trying to take the race lead over Honeycutt, and he will complete the pass on the high side out of turn number 4.
And that was a very clean pass, might I add. Like, I know he's on fresher tires, but he did a really good job on that outside line to get around the 13 with no issues there.
Yeah, definitely. As Richardson, he's trying to battle back on Millet to take over that third spot again. But Millet, he's going to take away the line heading down here into turn number 3. But here comes Andrew Tefton, that number 98, trying to work on the outside of Richardson, as they will go ahead and run side by side down the front straightaway. And that's going to allow the 18 of Millet to pass Richardson. And now Teft, he's going to try his best to get around as they squeeze a little bit 3 wide of just a second. Boy, that was close as Teft bounces off the wall.
And neither of them drivers wanted to lift there, but that was a very smart move by Robert to just check up there, because I don't think Andrew was lifting.
Nope. Oh, contact between the 18 and Andrew Teft of the 98 machine. But they will continue to drag race down the front straightaway. Patrick Millet, Andrew Teft duking it out now for that third spot.
Oh, Patrick gets a little loose on the inside.
And that allows the group behind them of Robert Richardson, Sean Dunaway, Truth Hoke to come back up here and start to battle as well. And as of right now, Andrew Teft, he will take over that third spot as they go 3 wide. Sean Dunaway on the inside, Millet in the middle, and Patrick.
That 18 struggling. 18 struggling really bad on that inside line as he keeps getting loose. And did you see how far the 01 sent it into the corner?
Yeah, Sean Dunaway, he is an absolute beast here at New Hampshire. I think he is probably the only driver that's able to send it in that deep and not drift up the track. So I think Sean Dunaway, he's looking to come back and win here at New Hampshire. As Truth Hoke, he has now dropped all the way back to that 8th spot. I know we're taking it away from the race leaders at the moment, but hey, Truth, that outside lane ain't working, buddy. You're going to have to try something a little different.
Is there a 2x2 back there?
Yeah. I mean, he's holding his own for the most part back here in that 9th spot now. But every single corner, you know, he's lets the next car, you know, get ready to go as they will move around Stephen Luttrell in that number. I'm sorry, Brandon Biddy in that number 30 machine. As Biddy's looking to come back in, he makes contact, saves it in turns 1 and 2, but he will move back, and Hoke just went for a wicked slide out of turn number 2, but he will keep it straight, but he will lose a couple more spots and drop back to that 10th spot as he's looking back to the inside of David Davis in that 777 machine, as the field behind him is stacking up right about where that number 19 of Cody Benelli, Dennis Kane, Curtis Ecker, and Justin Neal in that number 79 machine.
As these tires are wearing down, these drivers are kind of dancing in these cars. As you see them getting loose on the inside and the outside, they're trying to find any bit of grip they can and pushing these cars to the absolute limit, right on the edge of the grip.
Yeah, definitely right on the edge of grip. It is. Oh, and the 19 gets turned off of the 8. I believe it's the 8. Marquise, he stops here as well. Man, very unfortunate for Cody Benelli and Aaron Marquise. Just the 8 sent it a little too deep. And instead of trying to avoid, he tried to strain him back out. But that just ended up pushing the 19 further around. So definitely very unfortunate there for the number 19 of Cody Benelli. But, you know, no harm, no foul. Doesn't seem to be a lot of damage on those machines. As a lot of our leaders, all the leaders are coming down pit road now. And
yeah, it's very close to our pit window. They should be able to possibly make it from here. But I do want to point out Andrew Tetz was able to get around the 13 to get into that P2 spot before that caution came out as well.
Yeah, definitely really good.
It appears the 31 stayed out of Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew sure did. He did stay out here.
It's going to be a very interesting move from him, as he's going to have a full group of drivers on 4 fresh Goodyear stickers right behind him.
Hey, Matthew, you're going to get eaten alive. Oh, that's very unfortunate there for Matthew Cornell. I mean, I'm showing he's already made 3 pit stops. His last pit stop was back on lap 59, so it's only about 13 lap difference. But I mean, as we've already seen, you know, it's a hit or miss once you get to just about 10 laps. It all depends on how much you were able to save your tires.
Yeah, he could be expecting another quick caution here. As you know, a couple other drivers that stayed out during the last caution was able to kind of hold on for a little while on the older tires, so maybe he won't be too bad off, as he's only got about 20 laps on his tires.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 45 to go when we go back green flag racing here, so it's definitely going to be very interesting to see what Matthew Cornell in that number 31 Krayberg machine, what he can do. It's just, I don't know if that was the right move or not, but only time will tell as we get ready to go back green flag racing here at the Magic Mile. And we are green flag racing once again. Matthew Cornell rockets out into a decent lead. And that's going to put Cliff Adams and Stephen Luttrell side by side. Down in turn number 1, contact behind them. The 60 machine gets a little bit shoved around as they're looking to go 3-4 wide out of turn number 2. As they are 3 wide back there with Truth Hope. That number 4 machine and the 30. So Dennis Kane, Truth Hope, and Brandon Biddy running 3 wide. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Head out to turn 4. They will go ahead and run now double file.
It looks like Cliff Adams is going to be trying to go for our lead here, and he was able to do so pretty easily.
Oh!
As the 36 is going to follow him right through, but holy cow, did he get loose coming out of 2.
and that allowed Steven Luttrell in that 30, or I'm sorry, who am I looking at?
36.
Yeah, the 36 of Steven Luttrell, that allowed him to get in around him for the race lead. So all that work that he just did on Matthew Cornell.
We got a
Oh!
Rick.
David Davis, as we have more trouble. Truth, hope. Oh, one is upside down. The 30 machine is upside down. Brandon Biddy, as he will come to a stop upside down here in turn number 1. And that is going to bring out our caution. Truth Hoke in that number 55 machine. He will go ahead and get a tow back to the pit lane as well. Hard impacts for a lot of drivers right here.
Yeah, that was a very bad incident there. There was a small incident in front of him, and just some people checking up and others didn't. It just caused an absolute parking lot on the front stretch there.
Yep, so it all started with the 777 of David Davis. He gets hit on the front end, and then he just everything slows up behind him. And yeah, who was that? Truth Hoke. Yep, so the 79 machine of Neil, he got a little bit of help there. And then that 30 machine just had absolutely nowhere to go. And he will right up here on the wall.
Unfortunately, sometimes we call that karma, as it looked like the 30 might have, or whoever's flipped over might have been the one that got into the back of the 79 there as well.
Yep, let's go back here one last time, take a look. So Brandon Biddy. Yep, so it was just a whole unfortunate situation there. But yeah, it did look like it was that 30 machine that did get into him. Troy Thomas, he was involved as well.
You know, I know Brandon Biddy's probably not very happy right now, but I will give him a 10 out of 10 for the kickflip and the 50-50 grind he did on the outside wall there.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's take one more look here. Let's go riding on board with Brandon Biddy. And let's just show how fast things happen here. Oh. Just like that. Man, that's really hard hit for quite a few drivers. That's going to knock a lot of drivers out of this race, I believe. Yeah, I mean, my heart breaks for Truth Hoke there in that number 55 machine after having a strong finish last night at the trucks. So definitely rough to come back to another issue here tonight as the pace truck is off. Side by side, Cliff Adams, Steven Luttrell, green flags back out. The outside lane kind of stalls just a little bit, and that's going to allow Andrew Teff to get onto the inside of Adams for that second spot, heading down here into turn number 1.
Oh, Andrew Teff looked like he slid up the track really bad, and I thought he was about to go around there. My bad.
Yeah, that was very close as a lot of drivers pushed hard heading into turn number 1 that time. Let's jump back here just a little bit more. Dennis Kane in that number 4 machine with running on the inside of that 60 of Lee Campbell. So far a lot of these guys, you know, doing pretty decent, keeping themselves out of trouble. As you see that number 92 trying to work his way up through the field now. Oh, and he gets turned.
41.
I'm so sorry, Tim.
Number 92 getting turned, and then the 41 going to the inside wall. That just absolutely did not look like a good time.
Matthew Cornell involved here as well. Now, I literally just mentioned how Timothy Eisburn and that number 92 was starting to come up through the field, and then he got crashed. Sorry, Tim. It's my fault.
Commentator's curse, man.
But let's go back, take a look, see what the heck just happened here in turn 1. So it looks like the 92, he possibly got just a little bit loose there. And then the Ford checked up, so he had to check up and just that was just one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, Hoke had absolutely nowhere to go. That Ford, that who was it? Yeah, the 41 of Aaron Marquis. He hits that tire barrier a ton. Let's go back and take a look there with him.
I think that one might have ended his night because I'm pretty sure his motor blew after that one, so he might end up having to load it back up onto the hauler.
Yeah. That 42, Jonathan Stidham, had a really hard hit here as well. I know I mentioned Matthew Cornell, so he actually looped it out of turn 2. Just almost had a lazy spin, but he did get into the inside wall.
Man, you know, I feel for that 42 that's one of the most scary types of wrecks to be in when it comes to IRS. And, you know, you're just running your line and all of a sudden just bam, you think you're clear, you get hit, and you're just like, there's just nothing you could do about it, man. That and the 777 as well involved in that incident.
Yeah, I definitely want to point out, you know, that this is, you know, thank God this is virtual because, you know, some of these wrecks that we see here in iRacing are absolutely vicious. However, in real life, we've seen some of these same exact wrecks, you know, and it really beats up these NASCAR drivers in these sorts of wrecks. So, I mean, thank God that we're in, you know, virtual race cars, and so none of these drivers are really getting hurt. But at the same time, you know, I've hurt my wrist in a wreck in Daytona, you know, driving the trucks on iRacing because of how hard my wheel snapped back to the right on me in a wreck. You know, so I sprayed my wrist doing this. I know that somebody actually broke their wrist because after the race he put his hand, you know, on his wheel and somebody slammed into him. He broke his wrist. So I mean, it may be virtual, but you know, if some of these drivers aren't careful, you know, they could actually, believe it or not, hurt their hand in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, once you get to some of these more powerful wheels, especially direct drives, you know, if someone hits you, especially when you're sitting still, it will jerk the wheel. I've heard of people getting their jaws broken and stuff because they're leaned over the wheel and someone hitting into them during a practice session and it like break their jaw. So, I mean, these wheels don't have chill on here, and we feel every single bit of this contact and all the bumps and everything in the track. I mean, you get to doing the 400 laps at Charlotte, man. Your arms will get absolutely tired.
Yeah, I mean, I run, you know, the T3S, the Thrustmaster T3S or 300 RS or whatever. You know, my girlfriend Crystal, she runs the Logitech G29. You know, even just these simple, you know, belt-driven. Is it belt-driven? Yeah, I think these ones are belt-driven. Man, let me tell you what. I mean, 400 laps around Charlotte, even with these, you know, my arms start to hurt after like lap 300, but I cannot imagine direct drive.
Yeah, I can't imagine being on the actual car, you know. But
oh yeah,
we're going back to green as a 36. He's going to get a pretty good jump there, getting a little slight push from Andrew Teft, and that's going to check up Andrew Teft on the inside line as he's going to be trying to go inside for second place here. And he's going to slide up the track into the 13, and both of them were able to save it as 13. He's going to have a pretty good drive off of turn 2 this time, looking to possibly get back on the inside and maybe repay the favor as he's going to actually check up, and we have another caution.
Caution is back out here. It's going to be for Justin Nealon, that number 79 machine. Let's go back real quick, take a look, see what happened. Whoops. Wrong button. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. He was just on the inside of Truth Hoke, and he just came up, got into hard impact there, and he went for a wild ride down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and he's very lucky he didn't get hit again there, as he did jump the pits, but unfortunately that's probably going to be the end of his day, as his motor did blow as well. I'm not sure how many faster pairs these guys have, but from the sounds of it seems like a lot of them have probably already been used.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
10-4. Since the Latrell fan club is in the house, Steven leading the race right now, only about 30 laps to go as we cross the line this time. I mean, he does have potential to win this thing, and with the amount of cautions we're having, it doesn't look like anyone's going to have a chance to get around him, as he is getting some very good restarts here. Alright, these drivers should be lining up 2 by 2 this time as we come back around the track. It's going to be Steven, Cliff Adams, Brandon Honeycutt, and Andrew Tith. Your top 4 are leading us to the green this time. And Cliff is really going to have to get a lot better restart this time if he wants to have any hope of keeping up with Steven Latrell and possibly getting around him on 1 and 2. And Andrew Tith needs to be all over the back bumper of that 36 during the restart to try to get on the inside of the 80 as soon as possible to get a better drive off of 1 and 2 to get around him as well so he could contend for the lead here. And I do believe the pace lights will be off on the pace truck this time, as we are coming through 3 and 4. Pace truck should be pulling off at any moment, and we will be back to green flag action.
Yeah, Cliff Adams had a really good jump last time. Let's see if he can go ahead and do that again this time around. And he will be joined by Steven Latrell on the inside here. And we are green flag racing once again here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Steven Latrell with an absolute monstrous jump that time. Andrew Tiff trying to work on the inside of the 80s. They're coming through 1 and 2. You see him sliding up there, almost got into the front of the 13. And he is still on the inside of the 80 as the 80 is going to have a little bit of a better run off and can go to the bottom in 3 and 4 this time.
Yeah, as these guys come around, we will have only 28 laps to go. So the antsiness of these drivers are going to start to climb as they're realizing they only have just about 28 miles left in this race. So they've really got to start making the way and making the moves, but at the same time they got to be really careful, as you see Andrew Teft working on the inside of Cliff Adams diving down here into turn number 3.
You're trying to use every part of the track you can, as you see him sliding up as he is entering pretty low, using that diamond effect there, but the 80 being very respectful and getting him enough room to do so and still fighting back on that outside line.
Yeah, definitely, as these drivers continue to run side by side, Adams, he's one of those tough drivers that's hard to pass, as Teft will squeeze his way up on top, and here comes that number 13 of Brandon Honeycutt. He's trying to take over that 3rd spot now from Adams, but Adams has that better run out of the corner here. He will not be able to stay side by side on the exit of turn 4, so he's going to have to restart and retry as the 80 gets into the back of Teft just a little bit. That's going to move Teft up the track just a tad, as he's going to now try to make a run on the inside, gets loose, and will not be able to get alongside heading down here into turn number 3.
And you know Stephen Luttrell is loving to see this. Even another caution, he's probably loving to see that, as I believe he is on an older set of tires at the moment.
Yep, this one's going to be for Aaron Marquis in that number 41 and Jonathan Stidham in the number 42 machine. So both of these drivers are having issues here. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened.
Oh boy.
That 41 machine. The 40. Oh, the 777 was involved as well. Man, that 41 machine just stepped out on him. The 42 had nowhere to go. And then David Davis able to manhandle that race car to keep it straight. What good driving by David Davis. Let's ride on board here.
Yeah, he went for an
Davis.
absolute ride there for a moment.
As we see here coming out of turn number 2. See the 42 just step out right there. I'm sorry, the 41 step out. Oh, the 42 got right into his tire. And that may have damaged him some, so he's probably going to have to come down pit road to get work done on that machine. As we come back live, no, the 777, he's still out. So I guess that didn't hurt his car too bad, so we're going to line these guys. We're going to do it up again, and looks like we're going to have about 22 laps to go when we come back green.
Yeah, and speaking of coming back green, I believe the outside line is going to have to do a lot better job of getting these restarts down, as they have been struggling really bad all race. And if they can do so, it's going to leave them the opportunity to get the run coming out of 2 to pass for the lead and gain some spots.
Yeah, definitely. But Andrew Teft is now up top in that second spot, so we all know that Teft, he will do what it takes to get out front and stay out front. So just anticipate that outside lane this time to be one heck of a jump start.
Listen, are you a true racer if you wouldn't wreck your own mother for a win? That's the real questions we need to be asking.
I can neither confirm or deny that statement. But I mean, do you but do you want to wreck the league owner to win the race?
Hey man, a win's a win. I don't care if it's the owner, my mama. I mean, I ain't saying I'm gonna wreck them on purpose, but I might give him a little bump. And you know, the old saying, "I just meant to rattle his cage a little bit," comes into mind.
All right, so I guess we're going to need to find a new league to broadcast for after this, because you reckon the league owner just got you booted.
Probably.
No, Andrew's not like that, guys. Andrew's not like that.
Nah, he's pretty chill.
As we
are coming to the restart zone. Sorry.
Yep. Let's see what kind of jump Andrew gets here. And nah, he doesn't get as good of a jump as I anticipated him to get, but he will hold pretty strong on that outside. And he will, for now, retain that second spot on that number 80 machine of Cliff Adams. But Adams has a good run, gets a little bit sideways. That's going to allow Andrew Teft to clear Adams there for that second spot. As the drivers behind them, they will continue to run side by side. All the drivers push up into the corner as they will rocket down the back or front straightaway here at 21 laps to go this time by.
And keep an eye on that 13 car. He's got loose on that outside the last 2 turns, and he about went for a little bit of a ride on the outside of the 80. And
caution.
I heard a motor.
Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars involved in this one. Curtis Eckert, Joshua Neal, Patrick Millett, Kyle Hess, he's involved in this one here as well. As you see Curtis Eckert having to tow, and he just loaded up his car, and he is going to be done for the day. Let's take a look here, see what happened. So it looked like Wayne Scott gets into the 82, and that's going to send the 82 around. So that's Joshua Neal. Neal gets into the 10 and shoots up right in front of the 8 machine, nowhere to go. He comes rocketing back down. Oh, just an innocent bystander for that ghost machine. The number 60 is involved here as well. As you see, all these drivers just head up towards the outside wall, and all 5 cars make hard contact there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check up a Curtis Ecker in that infield care center after that one, as he got 2 very hard impacts into the outside wall and plowed through by the 60 there, who had nowhere to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's I think that was actually Patrick Millett who had nowhere to go. No, he's the one who originally got. Nope, that was Millett who had absolutely nowhere to go. And he almost had it clear until that 8 machine came flying back down the track. Very, very unfortunate there for Patrick Millett in that number 18 machine.
Yeah, and also unfortunate for the number 60 at Campbell as well. As he's typically pretty good at most tracks I've seen him race at.
Yeah, definitely. So that just took out quite a few drivers out of this. And it looks like Curtis Ecker, he's packed it up. Justin Neal, he has packed it up. Brandon Macy in that number 9 machine, he's packed it up as well. David Kimmons, Ira Kohlhaas, Barry Nelson, your 28 drivers to actually start the race. They all have packed it up. And then Jesse Fox not able to get that number 69 fired away on the grid. He will not be able to finish anything here, so he will get credited with a 29th finishing spot. So we're going to line these guys. We're going to do it all over again. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sir. 18 laps to go, and I got a feeling the aggression is about to be on high as we're coming to the closing laps of this race at New Hampshire.
17 laps to go when we take the green flag here at New Hampshire. This track has put on a fabulous show. This track has given us some wicked wild accidents, and get ready, the last 17 laps are going to be all the same, as we are getting ready to go back green flag racing right here in New Hampshire. Stephen Luttrell, Andrew Teff, bring them down to the green flag. Andrew Teff not getting a good start there, and here comes Cliff Adams pushing his way to the inside of Andrew Teff, as he will go ahead and try to take away that second spot from Teff on the exit of turn 2.
Stephen Luttrell is loving to see this battling behind him, as this is going to allow him to make a little bit of movement up here in that first spot. But these two behind him, even though they are side by side, they're doing a pretty good job of keeping pace with him.
Yeah, these drivers doing a wonderful job. Truth Hoke is coming down pit road. I'm not exactly sure why, but it looks like he's going to. We're going to wait to see and find out if he's going to come down into his pit stall. But Adams, he just got around Teft, and here comes that number 13 of Brandon Honeycutt. He's looking to take over that third spot, as they are looking to go 3 wide here for that second spot. Not able to get it done. Honeycutt a little bit sideways out of turn 4, so he's going to lose it to Teft heading down here into turn number 1. So that's going to keep Honeycutt in that 4th spot. But Teft, he is all over that back bumper of Cliff Adams. But look right behind him, Sean Dodaway, he's all over the inside of Robert Richardson in that number 49 machine.
He's trying to make his way back up through this field, not really had a chance to do so with, the cautions coming out, and we're getting a little bit of a short green flag run, and he's making his way up here toward potentially get towards the lead.
He does not know what it is about that number 01 Hello Kitty machine, but Hello Kitty has been very, very good to him this season so far. As you guys are seeing it once again here, he's up into that 5th spot, and we have 13 laps to go this time, so you can still anticipate, Hello Kitty ain't done out there.
Yeah, that is a very true point, and anything can happen. We could still have another caution here. I mean, you never know, as we still got 13 laps to go at this time.
Yeah, still a long way to to go here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, as we are riding on board now here with Sean Dunaway. He is running 5th. He is racing for Chicken Coop Racing. As you see that battle in front of him starting to heat up between Brandon Honeycutt and Andrew Teft. Just look how far he got.
Running it really deep and getting a really good run on Stephen Luttrell this time as well.
Definitely really good racing up here at the front at the moment, as you know, Brandon Honeycutt, he's still trying to get on the inside of Andrew Teft, but he's just having trouble getting the car to rotate out of the corner, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like he's been getting relatively loose in the middle of these corners, I've noticed. I've been watching him since I got into here, and I've seen him kind of get a little squirrely in the back end as he's applying throttle down, so I think that's hindering his progress just a little bit here, as he's still battling really hard to try to get on the inside of Andrew Teft.
Yeah, this time he's actually going to get alongside of him, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold it on the exit. Yeah, he's able to hold it on the exit. He's going to drag race. There goes that little wobble out of 4. That's just what cost him right there.
Yeah, but Sean Dunaway looking to capitalize on one of the mistakes, you know, from Brandon here, as he is all over his back bumper. So Brandon now going to have to be wary of that as he's trying to get around Andrew Teft for that 3rd place spot.
We have one car getting major loose in the back, but our intentions up here on the race battle for the lead. Cliff Adams on the inside of Luttrell, pushing Luttrell up the track just a little bit, and that's going to allow them drag race to the start finish line. 9 laps to go this time by. It is still anybody's race. Adams out front for the moment, pushing Luttrell up the track. He will go ahead and complete the pass for first on the exit turn number 2. As you see that Brandon Honeycutt step out from underneath of him again. And here comes Honeycutt looking on the inside of Teft. This time he's going to get about a nose on him. Exit to turn forward. These guys are now going to drag race down the front straight. This is the farthest up that Brandon Honeycutt has been able to get on this run here on Teft. And now it looks like he's going to be able to possibly complete the pass on the exit. Woo! Nope, he's going to get loose, and here comes Teft right back to the outside.
Yeah, 13 went for a little bit of a ride, using almost every bit of that apron to try to get that car to turn more on the bottom side. Just not able to get the throttle down, and Sean Dunaway looking to potentially take it 3 wide here. He looks like he's starting to get a little impatient, and I don't blame him. He's 7 go this time.
Yeah, as you see that with Honeycutt keep getting sideways like that in the corner, that's brought that 0-1 machine right to the back bumper of those 2 machines. And this time here, it looks like he may try to go 3 wide. No, he's going to go ahead and just stick it double, and he's going to push that 13 into the corner.
Ooh.
Oh, Dunaway dives it down into the corner, and that allows Honeycutt to get around Teft. And now Dunaway, he's working on the inside of Teft for that 3rd or 4th spot, as he's still trying to get that Hello Kitty machine back into the top 3. And down here in the back straightaway, that 0-1 machine just has this rocket of a car. As you see Honeycutt now looking on the inside of Luttrell for that 2nd spot.
Honeycutt took the gloves off and is sending it completely down on the apron. He is done holding back. As you see him get loose off the corner.
Yep, 5 laps to go this time by. Does anybody have anything for Cliff Adams in that number 80 machine? As you see Honeycutt working on the inside of Luttrell and Dunaway on the inside of Teft as they exit turn number 2. And those 4 drivers, they will run side by side down the back straightaway into turn 3. It looks like Honeycutt, he will clear him. And here comes Dunaway looking to overtake for that 3rd spot, not able to make it.
Oh, Andrew Tefft's going to get him in the left rear. And Dunaway's going to go around. That's going to be close.
Dunaway around in that 0-1 hut. Hello Kitty Chevrolet.
What? Before we even talk about that, Rick, did you see how deep he sent it into the corner just a moment ago? Holy cow.
Sean Dunaway getting turned off the nose of his teammate of Andrew Teft. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. See, I think Tef thought he had him barely cleared, but he wasn't clear enough. So I think we're going to just have to chalk that one up to a racing incident here for the 0-1 machine. As you guys see it right there, that 0-1 machine of Sean Dunaway smoking here on the back straightaway. But we're going to line these boys, and we're going to go with Green-White-Checkered, but I don't think that motor of Sean Dunaway is going to last for a couple more laps.
As long as he's able to make it across the line for the last lap, that's all that matters. But hopefully he's going to be able to have enough pace to not be in these other drivers' way. Things are about to be very intense for 3 laps. As we've already been seeing it be pretty intense as well. Let's go ahead and double that and shake it up in a hornet's nest, and then we'll see some real intensity.
Yeah, definitely. Let me take a look.
Interesting. It looks like some people are going down the pits to take tires here, which is a very bold move in my opinion, as there's still 14 other drivers out on the track that they're going to have to try to work their way around.
Yeah, and I believe Andrew Teft might have gotten hit with a penalty on this one. As you guys take a look here at Sean Dunaway in that 0-1 machine, he's going to come back out on track. He did have a fast repair left, so he's going to come back out, and he's going to start right beside Andrew Teft back in the back of this field.
And that is absolutely crazy that he did have a fast repair left this far into the race. What a perfect moment to save that for, as we are getting ready to come to the Green-White-Checkered.
Absolutely wild. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. If you think the last couple laps were intense, this is going to be even worse. Cliff Adams, Brandon Honeycutt, they both won it. Stephen Luttrell, Brandon Biddy in that number 30 machine now up in that 4th spot. He's looking to make some noise in his Ford Mustang up top. So let's see what happens here as we get ready to go back green flag racing. You better pull your belts tight. You better hold on to your mouse and keyboard or your chair, whatever it's going to be, because it's about to get real here at the Racers Elite, ending to round number 4. Pace truck is off, and we are green flag racing once again. Good jump by Cliff Adams, but this time Brandon Honeycutt, he was able to clear that inside lane, but that 36, he comes rocketing into turn number 1, and he will run side by side now with Honeycutt as they exit turn number 2. But oh, one car in the wall. That's going to be Robert. Oh, 30s is involved.
Wow,
49, Cody Benelli, he's involved. Joshua, oh, that was right at our cameras, and they're still making contact back here. A lot of drivers involved. Kirby Wayne Scott in that number 10 was involved.
So, I just want to point out that, this race started with the number 30 and the number 45, but if you watch them, going into 1 and 2, it kind of looks like the 49, I believe that is. 64. Let me get my facts straight before I start spewing nonsense.
All right, let's take a look here. We're looking at
it's the 49.
49, not clear. And they were right behind that 36 of Stephen Luttrell. And who is that? That 30 machine. He comes back across the track. That's Brandon Biddy. The 19, he's involved here as well. The 49 gets clobbered by the 10 machine. Let's go back up here, because the 49, he gets clobbered one more time as this whole entire crash is ending. Truth Hope, he gets into the back of the 49.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it kind of seems like the 49 tried to self-clear himself 2 times right there, and just unfortunate luck for him to get put into the wall there, and just a lot of other people getting involved in the incident as well.
Yeah, for sure. And just a couple hard hits. I think that 0-1 machine of Sean Dunaway, he may have gotten a little bit of damage in this one here as well. Let's take a look here as the mayhem happens in front of him. He's running 3 wide with Kyle Hess. He may have gotten a little bit of damage, but he was able to snake through along with the 60 machine of Lee Campbell. So that's going to bring those guys up into the 6th and 8th spot. As we're getting ready to go back green flag racing next time by. How much more intense do you think it's going to get from here?
I mean, there's only one direction it can go, sir. You know, you only get so many green-white-checkers in a race, and I think it's going to get very aggressive.
And I believe this is our second attempt at a green-white-checkered. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pull the belts tight one more time. Cliff Adams, Brandon Honeycutt will bring him into the Echo Park restart zone. We are green flag racing, hopefully for the final time here at New Hampshire. What an incredible jump there by Adams. Honeycutt this time not so much, as they dive down here into turn number 1, and they're going to go 3 wide back there with the 0-1 machine, as they're going to go ahead and run 3 wide and still side by side for a second, but they will go ahead and get it single file. Honeycutt up into that 2nd spot, but here comes Sean Dunaway. He's not done. He's hanging tough on that inside, looking to take over from the 88. He turns the 88, keeping the 88 straight. Nope, more crashing on the front straightaway. But we are ready. Oh, huge carnage here on the front straightaway. One car up in the air, the 31 up and over another car.
Ladies, second place is getting loosened into the wall. Stephen Luttrell going to have to dodge. Oh,
Stephen Luttrell laid off right there. And ladies and gentlemen, coming out of a turn number 4, it is going to be your race winner, Green-White State Showdown 120 winner, Cliff Adams, followed by Brandon Honeycutt, Stephen Luttrell into number 36.
I'm surprised they were able to get that front stretch cleared after that last incident in time before these drivers get back around.
Yeah, I bet you race control was probably hollering at these guys to move. Let's come back. And the 31 of Matthew Cornell, he's going to come around and still take the checkered flag in that 16th spot. Let's go ahead and go back. Take a look and see what wild ride he just had to go through on the front straightaway. As you see here, the 88 gets sideways, and that shoves a couple cars up the track. That's going to be the 777. The 42's over there. The 19 also involved. The 31. The 41 gets into the back of the 31. And at some point, the 41, he gets thrown up into the air. And then the 31 will come back across the track. And he's going to get pile drived by somebody in the back. He goes up onto the catch fence, back down, and then he's going to go right up and over the 82 machine of Joshua Neal in that one. What absolute carnage did we just witness out of a turn number 4? And believe it or not, all the drivers pull away from the incident. And as Matthew Cornell pulls away, the race leaders come out of turn number 4. So definitely craziness right there all around, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a very short commercial break. When we come back, we will talk to our top 3 drivers. And yeah, so just give us just a couple moments here. We'll be back. And like I said, we'll talk to our drivers.
With a head of steam moving to the outside his chin, Richie says it can't be done. Tony Shallen says turn on the reggae music. If you're gonna pass me, you're gonna do it high.
There is just one more lap remaining, and look how close Rudolph is. It got the slipstream.
There we go. 2 laps to settle it in the Blue Emu Firecracker 400. Whatever you got to give it now. Back to green we go.
On the final lap, side by side, they still run wheel to wheel. Now, through the snake, the S's we go. Quaro edges ahead. Modolf is still there.
White flag, one more to go on the Daytona 250. Kepler leads that lap. Who's gonna lead the last one?
To the line. Look at that. Dave Chapman, he's going to send it around the outside final corner. Has he got it done?
Continuing to go side by side for the lead through 3 and 4, and they manage it safely. Now through 5.
And hunting for a way by it all.
Side.
Round 2 between Phil Sell and Rudolph.
To the outside. White flag is out, side by side. They make contact in the turn number 1.
Ooh, gets onto the grass now, down to the inside. Andy T, a little bit of a wiggle and the perfect crossover there from Polly Parson to defend the position. Andy T totally sideways. They're still sideways going into Siberia.
And getting ready to cross, he goes around the outside, but it's not enough.
Eden's up the racetrack. Carbo down the track. A photo finish. James Eden wins it.
It's still 4 abreast into the braking zone. This is sensational racing. And here comes Bowden. It's going to be a drag race to the end. That side by side. Who gets it?
Williams tries to cover him off, but once again, pulling the over-under. Daniel Morad is going to win with a last corner pass.
Newsom's coming up from there. By the corner. It's going to be pinned.
There's nothing.
Oliver's going to come back at him. It's going to be a race to the line. Does he have enough? Down to it.
And a wrecking in 3. Here comes Michael Cozy Jr. Michael Cozy Jr.'s got the lead.
He looks to the inside. Side by side for the race lead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, as we just finished up the Green-White State Showdown 120 for the Racers Elite Wednesday night series, right here on the Racers Elite Network, powered by iRacing. Tonight, we saw a lot of crazy racing. We have seen a lot of crazy moves, and when it's all said and done, we have one driver to interview at the moment, and it's going to be your race winner, driver of that number 80 Chevrolet, Cliff Adams. Let's go ahead and get Cliff Adams up here.
Hey, Cliff, it's Mike and Dakota up in the booth. I want to congratulate you on your win and see if you got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy. Appreciate it.
Hell of a job getting it done today, man, and congratulations on your win. I'm going to let Mike take over for the questions here, but quite a show you put on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Cliff, man, you started back in right about that 15th, 16th spot in that Yearling number 80 Chevrolet. How fast was that Chevrolet today?
That was pretty fast. I felt comfortable with it. I screwed up my qualifying. That's why I ended up back there instead of closer around the top 5 or something. But yeah, I was just being patient, trying to stay out of trouble, and try to maintain track position the best I could. I'm sure there was guys faster than me from time to time, but I was able to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, coming out of turn 4, coming to that final restart, what was going through your mind with Brandon Honeycutt on your outside there?
Hit my marks and don't lose it off the corner.
Yeah, you definitely had control of that race car for probably about 97% of this race. As it seemed like, getting out of the corner, a lot of drivers were getting that wicked loose that we're used to seeing here at New Hampshire, but today you were able to get those tires to stick to the ground when you needed it done the most, and it brought you home to a win. Let's see, next week, where are we going next week? Oh, well, we're actually, I believe, Michigan.
Michigan, yep.
Yep. So the day before Thanksgiving, we're going to head over to Michigan for 80 laps. How fast are you over at Michigan, and what's it going to take to go back-to-back here in the Wednesday night Xfinity series?
Oh, I don't know. It'll be tough to go back to back. I mean, it's been hard to close some of these out for me, but I haven't been to Michigan in this car in probably a year, so I really don't know what to expect. Just try to keep out of trouble, I guess.
All right, yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. Well, congratulations, buddy, on your win here today at New Hampshire. And before I let you go, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just appreciate you guys giving the broadcast and everybody behind the scenes with the league that makes it happen. That's about it.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Yep. So once again, congratulations, Cliff, on your race win here at New Hampshire. We will see you next week at Michigan. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, race winner in that number 80 Chevrolet is going to be Cliff Adams. Dakota, what a crazy race! Thank you so much for joining me when you could. I know that you had some other stuff to deal with, and this was kind of thrown on you last second, as Ron got sick the past couple of days, but he's doing a lot better. But thank you so much for coming and joining me up here. And what you thought about the ending of this race?
Well, first off, it is never an issue to hop in the booth with my good buddy Mike here and help him at any point. I don't care if I got 300 other things going on. Mike would do the absolute same for me if I needed it, and I appreciate him very much for that. And second off, my thoughts on the race, the parts of it I did get to see, as I did join in late. I mean, some very aggressive racing for some of these drivers, I'm going to be 100% honest, but it did put on quite a show, as we were seeing them get loose and being side by side for the majority of the runs we did have.
Yeah, definitely good racing all around. Excited to return for next week when we go to Michigan, and we're ready to rock and roll. And thank you everybody so much for joining us again next week, ladies and gentlemen. Michigan, same time, same place. Tomorrow night we will be back live for racing at Watkins Glen for the Thursday Night Cup Series right here on Racers Elite Network. So make sure you guys tune in for that 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. Right here while these guys are going to go road course racing. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have yourself a beautiful day. And always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. And until then, happy time zones. See you guys later.